In this video, we're going to go through a series of bodyweight vertical jumping exercises that focus on vertical force production that has a key relationship between clubhead speed potential in the golf swing. These exercises can be done in any training program with minimal space and can start in a simple fashion to a more advanced option. A key method to all jumping exercise is the intention that you apply the jump to. So all of these variations, you have to apply 100% effort with each individual jump if you're going to increase the power output and the vertical force production. The first option I'd recommend is the box jump. Obviously we're going to be jumping from and landing from a greater height, whereas if we're using the box, that just breaks up the landing and takes a little bit more stress off the ankle and knee joints if you're not used to jumping. To start with, always go a little bit lower than normal. Something probably around knee height or a little bit lower. If you do a proper box jump, it doesn't need to be particularly high to increase your force output. Important to start relatively close to the box. Using that max intent, use your arms. You're going to try and jump as high as you physically can, get as tall as you can in the air, and then land softly and try and hold your landing so you're essentially de-accelerating onto the box. Next option would be the hands on hips, counter movement jump. This will obviously be a very similar motion to the box jump, but instead we're going to have the hands on the hips, so therefore you have to use more leg power. You obviously can't use your arms for momentum, and you're going to be landing on the floor in the same motion. So hands on hips, max in 10, control landing, reset. Next option would be the hand-supported squat jump. You'll need a barbell set up roughly around about chest height. With the hand-supported jump, you're going to be landing from a much greater height than you could possibly achieve with a normal jump. Means there's going to be a greater emphasis on de-accelerating and controlling your landing. So all you need to do, holding the bar roughly shoulder width apart, key that you don't get too far away, so you almost want the arms pretty flexed. You're going to go down into the normal squat position. You're going to then try and physically feel like you pull yourself up with the arms while pushing through the legs, getting as tall as you can in the air. The next option is the split stance vertical jump, which is one of the more demanding options because it requires a stability element both in the setup and on landing. There's two ways you can do this. You can use your arms or, like in the previous jumps, hands on hips. Depending on your power output, you can try both. The key is getting in the right setup position, so feet hip width apart. Take a stride naturally far enough behind you so you end up on your tiptoe, almost like you can't get your back heel to the floor very comfortably. From there, you've got to move quickly down. You're not going to go all the way to the floor. You've got to move quickly down so you're quite springy. You're going to get as tall as you can in the air, and you're going to try and hold that landing in the bottom position like you've done in setup, which requires the stability element. And finally, arguably one of the most advanced vertical jumping exercises, I would always recommend that you become very competent in the previous ones before moving on to this, because this predominantly focuses on the lead foot, so left foot for the right-handed golfer, the vertical force motion that has a strong link into the movement that would happen in the golf swing. So all you're going to do, hands on hips, with your lead foot, left foot in my case, in slow motion I'm going to try and stamp into the floor. And as I stamp and go down, I'm then going to spring off. The key here is it's a stamp, but it's done aggressively. So stamp, explode. Normal motion. If you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and check out all the other videos I've got available.